Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John from Pro Craps. I think I'm on both channels today. I think we got it figured out here. We got the streaming, I think, right. So we should be streaming to both Casino Gaming and Pro Craps. So sorry about yesterday's mess up. And in fact, I just nuked the whole video from yesterday because it was such a disaster trying to get to all the channels and getting it to work. It just wasn't worth it. So I got rid of it. We'll kind of refilm some of the stuff today as we go. So with that said, we're going to do the Skills 66 again today. And I think it's kind of cool that this thing is making the rounds. It's kind of fun how this happens, isn't it? When a strategy sort of catches fire and makes the round. But let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of announcements before we get started. So let's go to my announcement screen. And oh, not that one. We want to go to, well, I guess that's fine. We can look at these announcements here, which actually are out of order. So let me take those off. And do our normal set of announcements, which is this. Color Up DiceCon, obviously, is the thing that you should be going to. Get to Jeremy's channel, colorup.club/DiceCon, get signed up. It's a club member only thing, so you have to join the Color Up Club to do it. It's worth it. It's like $5 a month. Seriously, get in there and get it done. It's such a great place to hang out. Anyway, do that for sure. Casino Gaming TV. As you know, we're starting to branch out a little bit. So I'm thinking, like I said, next week or so, probably start doing some strategy and role breakdown videos. Probably just me to get started, bringing more people in as we go. The Craps League, again, I want to get this thing rolling. I'm talking to a couple of folks. I'm talking to Steen at Win Craps. I've talked to the guys at Crapsy to see how we do the coding for this and how it works out in terms of being able to run a league. But I need you all to join the Discord soon. And once you're in there, besides just saying hi, jump into Discord and get into Discord, get into the weeds. There's a fantasy craps channel. There's a league channel. Let's start bashing around the ideas of how to put a league together, what the rules around it you want to be under, and what it's going to feel like for you. So I want to get that done kind of as soon as we can, because I want to start. It's going to take a while to get it working. So we need to get rolling there. So let's get in the Discord. Get talking to me. Let's strategize together there offline from this show. So do that as soon as you can. Now, as far as other announcements go, I want to make sure we talk about a couple of things. And I think this is really important to see. One is this. I want to show you this. This is a person that wrote to me the other day. And it's interesting. We did the videos and I called it negative progression. And I already apologized for this. I said, oh man, I shouldn't have called it that. It was, technically speaking, it's a positive regression, which is weird. And in talking to everybody, Duracell came up with the idea of calling it a tiered regression, which is really what that is, where you start high, regress, 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 and you're kind of tiering yourself down. Better wording. What's interesting is I got this person writing me, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see what they wrote. They wrote this, and I got 10 other people wrote me the same thing. Hey, you screwed up the wording. You got it wrong. Make sure you're saying the right thing. Fine. I don't begrudge that at all. Matter of fact, I think it's great that this person did this. And in fact, I got a lot of this too. This was from the feedback from when I went at like 1 o'clock in the morning and rolled for a couple hours when I couldn't sleep. I get this. At the 322 mark, you screwed up. And Waylon, I'm sure you get these videos. I'm sure that Mike from On Point Craps, I know Vince, everybody gets these emails who runs a YouTube channel, which is somebody saying, at this exact timestamp, you didn't pay yourself right, or at this timestamp, the point was X and you didn't mark it off and it screwed up your whole session, right? You have no idea how much I love, and I'm sure that everybody else does too. We love getting these notes from you all. It feels like when you first see it, like, oh my God, somebody's being so picky. Yeah, Calvary, you're saying trolls, right? I gotta tell you something. To me, this is fantastic because this means that somebody gives enough of a shit to like watch every second of the video and go, ooh, we got a mistake here, and call out my mistake. And if I get 10 people calling out mistakes in videos like this, that means that 10 people are so engaged and they're watching it to that detail. That's good. That shows me that we're doing something that people want to watch and want to help me get right. So I preemptively say thank you for doing this. Rob, I know Gaynor Mason does this all the time too. When you all do this kind of stuff with us and catch us and call us on our bullshit, it shows us how plugged in you are. And it shows us that, again, this is as much as you saying to me, great show, awesome job, John, this means as much to me as that does, because it means that you're actually watching. So I wanted to call these folks out, not by name, just as an example of the things that we get to see every day as providers. And it's just really kind of cool to see just how plugged in folks are. I can't even tell you how cool that is. So anyway, I wanted to call that out and say thank you to these folks in specific, but folks in general for doing this kind of stuff, for being, yes, putting it again, for being our trolls. We love our trolls because that means that there's people that care enough. And I mean, they care enough to fix me. They care enough to correct it so that the next person seeing it gets the right information. I think it's really, really freaking awesome. So thank you for that in advance. All right. Yeah, so the tiered progression, that's what it is. We're gonna call it the tiered progression. I love it, thanks Jay. All right, so again, quick little preview, what's happening for us on the channel. And just a reminder, we're gonna go through the next few weeks or so our kind of toolbox or toolkit strategies. Right now I'm working the skill 66. I think this is one that's gonna be, I've played like this before, but never gave it a name. I think that Dylan from Skill and Luck has given it a name. It is what it is. I think it says it perfectly. The name of the strategy implies the bet size. You can obviously tier the bet out, but we're gonna work this thing through. And again, I'm leaning us towards these strategies becoming building blocks, the style of play and the strategies becoming building blocks, and then working that into team play. And how do we turn those strategies into a good team play system? So that's the idea for sure. So we're gonna move ourselves into that. And with that said, let's look again at the Skill 66 strategy. Now this has been covered by me. Jeff at Mid-Atlantic Craps has done a video on it. Ken has done it. Obviously Skill and Luck has done it. So this strategy is interesting. It's not like it's anything new, okay? The Skill 66 is a name we've put onto a method of playing. And the Skill 66 strategy is a simple press to regress type of system. And at its core, it was built for a $10 table. So it starts with a $66 inside bet. And when you play it out, on the first hit, 66 inside, it's $15 on the 5 and 9, 18 on the 6 and the 8. That pays $21. You're gonna drop a buck and say pressure, 22 pressure, or press every bet by 1. So you're gonna add 22 bucks to the mix, and you go from $66 to $88 in the first hit. In the second hit, should it come, you can take all of that back. You can go all the way down to 44 inside. 44 inside is the way that it was designed. Now we're gonna talk through some options here, but from 66 to 88 is a $67 investment on your part. Your first 66 plus the buck. When you drop back down to 44, when all is said and done, you're left with a profit of $5. That's pretty cool. And your $44 is out there working for you. So in 2 hits, you're at what we would call your foundation. The strategy works in 2 hits to get you to foundation. It does scale pretty well. You can scale it down for a $5 table or up for a $15 table, and even to 25 and higher if you want to. I will provide the math at some point in one of these. Probably I'll provide the math probably in the description of the video so you have a sheet to work from. I may even put a spreadsheet out that's got all the tiers in it so it's easier to follow. But regardless, the idea behind the strategy, again, nothing new. It's start at a level above table minimum, press up, and then regress back down to table minimum. And then from that point on, you're safe and you can bet freely as you please. You can turn that 44 or whatever it is you're left with into whatever strategy you want. I'm gonna show it here today, both at the 44 inside level and as a different spread level. We can do anything you want to with it. That 44 bucks is free money. It's profit. It's, I wanna say free, it's the wrong word to use. It's profit. You can play, you can rack it, of course. You can play something additional with it. That becomes your new little short stack. So that's the idea behind the strategy. It's a beautiful thing. I think the strategy is simplistic enough that you can always remember what to do. Meaning you can't make mistakes with it. It gives you opportunity to grow, and that's what we like to see. We like to see safety, 2 hits and you're safe. We like to see opportunity where it pays for you to go out there again. And I like it for those reasons. And I think you can build from it pretty easily. So I'm looking at some of the comments here, and I see Waylon, you say you play skill strategy with a ladder and win money most of the time. Great. What are you laddering on? Like, you can't ladder in the strategy. Are you doing a ladder separate to it, like a field ladder or something else? And you can augment it for sure. with a ladder of some kind. I think this could work well with like the 410 ladder while you're playing the inside. There's things you can do. I like to move from the 66 into the 4 and 10 and move out that way. So again, I think this thing gives us a lot of options, and that's why I like it. I like having options when I play, and the skill 66 to me is a good strategy in terms of, again, early safety for the most part and options to grow from. Like anything, it's going to be susceptible to the early 7. Now, Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps did an option earlier today, I think in a video maybe yesterday. I'm not sure when it put it out, but the option he did a lay bet on it to try and protect it some. I'm going to roll it out today straight. I want you to see it as it was designed and as it plays straight, because I think that overcomplicating things, sometimes you can get into trouble, number one, with all the best of intentions. So let's go ahead and get at the table, and I want to roll it out with you, and we'll take a few shots at it. Here we go. Let's go to the table. Come on, get out of my way there. There we go. All right, let me go ahead and get it set up. And again, what I'm going to do is, so Waylon, I see your note there. You let up on a loss. So I know, I'm going to address you here directly. I know what you do, generally speaking. This strategy, though, and I get what you're saying, I'm going to say no-go on that. And the reason why I'm going to say no-go on that is because this strategy on its core is up, down, go. And that's all that it is. If I was playing it as a ladder, I wouldn't progress to 88 and then come back down to 44. I would stay at 66 and do the ladder just in and of itself. The strategy as written here is literally just to go up and then come back down again. Let's look at it real quick. I'm going to get I think you can see that. Let me move it down here some. Here we go. All right, so I'll show you the bets on the table, and then we'll get our rack set up. So again, it's going to be 66 bucks, and I'll spread these things out for you once I get the bets out here. So 66 on the inside, which means 15 bucks on the 5 and 9. And again, it's 18 bucks on the 6 and 18 bucks on the 8. That's $66 out of your rack. I'll put another bucket. When this pays, anything in here pays, it pays $21. You're going to drop the buck from your rack and say 22 pressure. The point of this is to go from 66 and pressure them up to 88 bucks. We're going to raise them up to $88. So with one hit, you're up. With the second hit, this is going to pay, and I'll pay it out in reds, 28 bucks. Any one of those pays 28. Your next move is to regress down to 44, which means taking 2 units off of each one of these things, like so. Now you're down to having $44 inside, and all of this goes back to your rack. What does all of this look like in dollars and cents? Let me show you. There's, there's 25. There's 25. There's 60. So 25, 50, 65, 66, $67. That's what you put out here to get into the game, and $5 in profit. So you've got $44 in action, $5 in profit, and you're starting money back in your rack. And that's the core strategy, okay? Now, from here, do what you like. This can be anything you want. It can be 44 inside if you want to play that way. This could easily be 15 on the 4 and 10, $5 hard 4, hard 10, and another $4 into your rack. And now you can do some sort of a 4-10 parlay type of thing. This could easily just be $10 in the field, and you've got another 10, 20, 30 bucks to run a field parlay in here, or a field ladder in here. Or you could take this and run to the don't and have a don't come with some odds on it and do what you feel like with this 44 bucks that you've regressed down to. The point is, from 66 to 88, back down to 44 gives you options to play with. That's the idea. Now, where are we susceptible in this strategy? Obviously, you're going to get hurt on that early 7. And I've rolled this out a number of times. Other folks have as well. That early 7 is a killer that you just can't avoid unless you're willing to do some work, okay? And I'm going to show it to you what you can do to mitigate some of that. So let's go ahead and get back out here at 66, and we'll talk about where we are. With $66 at risk to the early 7, you have a number of options. Option 1 could be to throw out $150 lay on something, on the 4 or the 10 or whatever, for a couple of rolls. That'll pay you 75 bucks minus your VIG. That protects your 66. Now, if you roll a 10 in this situation, while you're getting your 2 rolls, you're down 150, which means this has to work 2 more times to make up for that ugly loss. That's truth. You could start with a don't pass at a small level, let's say a $25 level, and then drop maybe a $100 lay on it and remove the lay as soon as you're at your level out here. That could be a way to play it. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I think I'm lying. I am a big fan of protecting my bets when I can. In this particular strategy, though, because it's so simple, because it's so short-lived, 2 hits is ostensibly easy to get. I'm going to let these ride. And what I want to do is I want to work my rack today. Again, like I did in previous demonstrations here, I'm going to work the rack over about 5 rolls or so, 5 shooters worth of money, and just show you how this thing ebbs and flows and how it does show some resilience. So what we're going to do, there's 66 out there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get 70 bucks 5 times. There's 70, and we're going to get 5 shooters worth of 70 bucks. Like so. There's 2. Here's the third one. We'll do one more, 50, 70 bucks. And we have our 70 bucks out there, and we'll take our $4 change. So there's 66 plus 4 is 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what I'm going to also do, as promised, is this. I'm going to take 100 bucks. And while we're rolling out today, I'm going to go ahead and keep the control experiment going. And we're going to have 1 shooter out in the front of the rack here. I'll keep these 2 shooters separate in the same rack for visual purposes, mainly because screen real estate is tight. This guy here is going to run a simple $10. We'll do the pass line for a while. We'll see if it works out. And a simple parolee. We're just going to go from 10 to 20 to 30 and then pull back, looking for a little bit of a streak in here to win. This is our control, right? This is for all the people that say pass line with or without odds is the way to go. We're just going to run a simple kind of check and balance here. We're just going to run the pass line, no odds, $100 bankroll. I'm just going to run pass line while we're rolling this out, just to get a visual on how the quote unquote right way to play compares to this. And again, it's not a comparison in the strictest form. It's not this guy versus that guy. It's just a visual to see. How does the ebb and flow of playing a pass line system versus the pressing system work out? So here we go. We're going to roll this out live. I'm going to go ahead and change my camera view so you can see the full table here. There we go. You should be able to see the end board now, and let's do it. Let's come out. Puck is off. We're going to follow the puck. This player is going to be $10 on the pass line. And it's a 7. That's great. So this guy wins right here immediately. We're going to press that right up. Again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, back down to 1. We're going to keep that system going and hopefully show a nice little profit in here as we go. Point's going to be a 6. 4, 2, 6. Here we go. So the skill 66 now needs to get those 2 inside hits of any kind. Here we go. Can we avoid the big red from Mr. John? We have a hard 10 as the first one. We're not on it. Wasted roll. There's a 4, 3, 7. Everybody loses. Let's pull the money in. Okay. Shooter number 1, dead meat. I'm going to come back out here with another don't pass bet. We're going to put our next 70 bucks in, 66 inside. We're going to get 4 change from that. I'm going to come back out. Let's see if we can't get at least 1 hit this time. And again, I don't indict a strategy because of the roller, right? You can't say this strategy sucks or is great because the roll was great or the roll was terrible. It's about opportunity. This is about being here enough times to get that dream roll. There's a 4 for the next number. We're on the 4. Here we go. 2 inside hits. There's an 8. There's 1. Again, that's going to pay $21. We're going to drop a buck And as for inside pressure, and here we go. Looking for hit number 2. Hit number 2, we don't get it. It's a 4-3-7. So again, both players are going to go backwards. And I think we're going to be in my normal range today, it looks like. Okay, once again, puck is off. $70. We're going to get back 4 change to go 66 inside. Here we go. Let's get set right back up again with the same. I could leave the money out here, it seems like, right? There's the 66. Here's 10 more to the pass line. That person right there, after 2 successive losses, probably switches to here. Follow that trend. Point's going to be an 8. Doesn't matter where you're at here. It's the same basic house edge. All right, 4-3-7. My God. Okay, so this person here at least wins and can stack. The skill 66 has gone down 3 straight times with incredible dice work by yours truly. Here we go. Puck is off. $70. 4 change. Let's get it to work one time today, shall we? There's your 66. Puck is off. 4-3-7. Okay, beautiful. So the person on the pass line, or the don't pass line, actually loses on that come out 7. They're going to replace. There's a 10. Hard 10. New point. All right, here we go. Let's get 2. There's a Yo 11. Does nothing for nobody. We are not on that. Not in the field. There's a 4-2-6. We will drop a buck. We'll take the 21 and get some inside pressure. Here we go. All right. Let's get our second hit. There's a Yo 11 again. Boy, we're wasting rolls here, aren't we? Hard 10. That's the point. Don't pass player loses. Put him back. Coming back out. There's an 8. New point's going to be an 8. Let's get one. Let's get one. There's an 8. Awesome. All right. Again, this guy loses now twice in a row. So he's chased 2 losses here, 2 losses here. Cannot find a rhythm at all. We're going to keep him there on the don't. That 8, though, is going to pay us again. We'll do 20. I need my whites here. 28 bucks. Puck's going to come off, by the way. And we're going to go ahead and say, I'm going to go switch to the outsides. I like the outside play a little bit better. So we're going to go 15 on the 4 and 10 and 5 on the hard ways when we come back out. And the rest of this will come back to the rack. So I'll play it like this. I'm actually going to color up these whites to make it a little cleaner. And what we bring back is 50, 60, 5, and a few bucks extra. That's essentially our buy-in for this shooter. So we're going to bring this back to our rack, and at least that time we're clean and we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and leave the puck off, coming back out. Hard 10 is the point. Everybody's happy about that. Let's roll it out. Let's get some, oh, that nickel's got to come back to me. I'm sorry. We have there 5-2-7. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Great. Don't pass player finally gets a win and can stack it up. And our little gambit there paid off nada. Immediately it goes down. So the good news is we played that for free. So we're back out here again. We'll get ourselves set back up ahead of the game. There's 60. Let's get whites from back over here. 66. Puck is off. We're on the don't for 20. And we're on the 9. The point will be 9. All right, let's get a couple inside hits. There's a 9. It makes the point immediately. So the parlay down here fails. Let's get back in there. But that 9 there does pay 21 bucks. We'll add one from the rack. We'll get our pressure going here. Puck will be off, coming out clean. 8, new point's gonna be 8. Okay, no effect. Now we're looking for the inside hit. There's the 6, 516, sweet. Again, it's gonna pay 28 bucks. $28. This time we'll go down to a regular 44 inside, just so you can see it. 2 units across the board here. We'll bring all of this back. And again, all of this, to me, looks like 50, 65, 67 bucks. That's our go out to market money. That shooter's back. Tiny bit of profit over here. Let's make some money this time. Oh my God, 437. I cannot get out of my own way. This person, though, does win. And we can stack that up. Tell you what, if you're laddering this, Waylon, I'm hitting the 7 like quick time. Here we go. Puck is off. We'll do it one more time. Let's see if we can't get some traction. I want to see that guy win, actually, one of his parlays. He's been trying to parlay this whole time and hasn't been able to get it done. So let's go back here with the 6. D6. Puck is off. We're coming out. Let's get it done. 314. Okay, good. 314. That's our new point. Let's get our 2 insides. There's a 5. 3-1 or 3-2-5. Pays 21. There's our inside pressure. Buck from our rack. All right, here we go. Second hit, please. 3-2-5. We did it. Excellent. So again, that'll pay 28 bucks. We're going to go down to 44 inside. Bring all of this back, and all of this again is our number. So again, 50, 60, 6. So right now we are completely treading water, but I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to tread the water right now because we're actually doing all right. We're in a stable situation where we're not going up, not going down. We're not getting a good roll, but the point of playing this style of right side play is exactly this. You're going to take your 2 hits, you're going to get the foundation, and you're going to flop around and flail around over and over again until the roll happens. Any one of these rolls could be that roll, right? Finally, a payment, 516, which pays 14 bucks. There's our 14. And I will press the 6 by 1 unit, bringing it to 18 and taking something to the rack. Our first actual bring something to the rack since we've started this thing. There's an 11, yo. There is another 11, yo. Wow, 2 in a row. That's kind of cool. There's a 5, 4, 9. That'll pay 15 for 1. I'll press it by 1. Bring back 10. There's a hard 6, 3-3 hard 6. That's going to pay $21. We're going to press that up by 1. We'll bring that 6 to 24, and we're going to rack 15. So now we're going to go up and pull as we go. From this point forward, I'll start getting a little more aggressive with that one. But I've pulled some money off the table from it, which is good. Another 6, that's great. 24 pays 28. I'm going to take the 6 up to 30. Actually, we're going to go to 42. We're going to go to 25, 30, 42 bucks to pay 50. And we'll bring back the extra here. I'm going to turn these whites in. Okay, let's make it happen. Another 6. That's beautiful. 50 for 1. That's a collect right there. There's your 7. Okay, so ended up being okay. We ended up making a little bit of money here on this shooter, which is good. And again, I'm going to show you what I do with my rack. Once I get to this, I always, you know how I am. I reevaluate, reassess where I am. The don't pass player gets paid 20 bucks. We're going to put one more unit on there to make that a $30 bet, increase them a little bit. Now here, we know we've got 66 here that we had earned before. If I take what I've got in the rack, there's 50, 60, we'll call that 70 bucks. That recovers one of the other 0.7 ounce that we had. And what I also have is 55. So we're actually, from starting out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shooters, we have 3 complete, and we're actually crawled back and have our 4th shooter almost recovered from that hit. So you can see that we got whacked twice. Twice we treaded water, and the 3rd time we had a little bit of a roll and made some money on it. I'm okay with that. All right, let's go ahead and take one more shot. 66 bucks. I'll get it set up. There was 66 out there. The puck is going to be off. Bets are off, but we're set. Don't pass player has pressed up for the 3rd time. Let's get him a win, shall we? There's a 6, 3, 9. Now we need 2 inside hits. 3, 2, 5. Perfect. There's one of them. That's going to pay $21. I'm going to drop. I need to get some whites here. We'll drop a buck to press the inside up. Let's get our 2nd inside hit. We didn't get it. 617. Bummer. Bummer. That time didn't work out. So it's our 3rd time out of 5. 3rd time out of 6. So 3 times out of 6 we lost money. Twice we treaded water, and once we did okay. The don't pass person actually finally got their wish and hit a parlay, which is good. So they come back to their rack, and they are, let's see where we are here. This person is going to be like literally even. After all that, they're exactly where they started. No change. This pressing person up here is actually down by 2 shooters. They're down 140 at this point because that's a full shooter in the front. So didn't work out today, but that's okay. You can ebb and flow in your rack all you want. And eventually, again, you'll run into the roll. Strategies like this are designed for that purpose, which is grind, 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 hit the big one. Hopefully hit the big one before you've lost a couple. We happened to lose a couple early and then had to fight back. I'd rather would have hit that big one early on in the process and been playing from in front, but we didn't. Today we played from behind, so that's what it is. C'est la vie, right? Here we go. Let's talk some more about it. Let's go back to here. All right. So that's a quick summary of the skill 66. And again, I didn't do any variations on it other than where you can play the inside bets. That $44 that you end up with after the 2 successive wins goes anywhere you want to. And this should show you a couple of things. The way that I rolled today, I know y'all like to make fun of me and how bad I roll, right? My 7s are awful. That's reality. I put out a stat a long time ago that said the PSO happens about 20-something% of the time, 28% of the time. And the point one number and then a 7 happens another 20% of the time. So about half the time you end up where I was today, which is less than 2 hits before the 7 comes after the points being set. That's normal. Normal is about half the time you don't get to roll 3. You can see that right here. The skill 66 is designed to hit you in 2 rolls. It's like the best possible case is hit 2, please, and get me the hell out of there. That's even hard to do. You got to know, if you're a right side bettor, you have to know how hard it is to get 2 hits. And I'm showing it to you every day. Yesterday, same thing. My practice session over the weekend, same thing. It's really hard to get 2 successive hits. The person rolling like I'm doing, hucking it against the wall, is as likely to get a 0.7 out as they are to get 30. Most likely you're going to be in 2, 3, or 4, that 3 or 4 roll range most of the time. This proves it. I'm not upset at all about losing money today. I'm more actually happy to keep showing you over and over again what the numbers actually are. That right there is reality. That's reality. Set a point, one number, two numbers, 7. Set a point, one number, 7. Set a point, 1, 2, 3, 7. It just goes that way. My sessions always go this way. My table sessions always go this way. It's normal. That's the way the dice work. So and Ken, you're right. Ken says it's hard to get one hit as of late. And it's brutal when you're out there for $66. Like, can you just roll me an inside number? You got half the numbers covered. Can you get one, please? It sure would be nice if that would have worked out, right? Now, Skill says I'm being too aggressive. I know. I don't want to pick apart what I do inside. Again, I say this to you all the time. 44 or 66 to 88 to 44, do what you want. I chose to be aggressive. You might choose to be a little less aggressive. Somebody else may go completely into the don't come. That might have been the better play for us today. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you get there. Okay, so that's the plan. There we go. Eric is saying the quarter pounder better because you are at base in 2 hits and more numbers. Iron cross and never hit and double and 2. Yeah, sure, I get there. Anytime 2 hits and down is a good strategy for me. The thing about the iron cross, and I have a love-hate relationship with it because I do like the fact that you got all the numbers covered. The iron cross, though, feels to me like a lay bet because you're betting every time you bet, you're betting more to win less, right? You're putting all this out there, and that field bet is a freaking bleed. It degrades your other wins to the point where you have to win more often with more spread, right? You got to put 60 or 50, 60, 60, 15 to make it work. That's a lot of money out there. So a 7 on that is a crusher. To get there. So that's just my personal take on it. So there we go. That's it. I got to get to work. It's actually 9:30. And because we started late to make room for Brian's practice session, I've got to get to work. I got a meeting that I'm actually a few minutes late for. But yeah, Brian, you're right. You pay for more targets for sure. And the price that you pay is that leak on the 5, 6, and 8. It is a leak, right? You should be getting paid 70. You're getting paid 50. So it's like a lay. You're paying more to win less, and I think it's okay, right? It's fine. Either way you go, I don't really care. I like this one because it's a little less money out the door, up and down. I like the easy. I like the cross because you're all covered. There's no wasted rolls, and you're in and you're out. Either way is good. So, and you're right, Waylon. I'm not a big fan of the hedging, generally speaking. I do some hedging here and there, but by and large, I don't like. In this case, a big lay, because now you got 150 on a lay bet, which would have covered us a couple of times, but man, that's a lot of risk. That's a lot of risk to your bankroll if you can do that. So, all right, everybody go to work. Have a great day. I will see you all in the morning, and we'll play it again. So with that said, take care of yourselves. Have a good day. God bless. See you tomorrow.